Oh, the fool as I know it is back with a response. And Jim trying to say the emperor has new clothes. He goes through the whole. I'll even put the link into the video so you guys can go watch it if you guys want to watch it. Because I don't even feel like going through it and critiquing it, doing a response to the video. I really don't particularly want to do it, right? Because I think most of the video, he's reading a story. It's a short video, 24 minutes. Most of it is him reading a story. And he's trying to compare me to the emperor that has no clothes. With the emperor that has no clothes really means is that the king thought so much of himself, he was actually fooled by con men. And then they convinced the whole crowd that he did. That's fine. And then somebody told the truth and exposed him for what he really was, for what the situation actually was. It's also fine. But idiot, I've got 9 years in the game. I've had 4 channels. Count them, 4. I've been doxxed and critiqued down to the point where they showed pictures of my freaking house. How can you say that I'm lying about something and I'm not who I say I am? Now, they'll dig into the side of trying to harass my family. Well, they won't dig into the pro-black side where I did 12 years worth of stuff. Now, that stuff is still out there. In fact, my buddy sold his whole archive, okay, of programs I was on with him for like 12 years on a weekly basis. They won't go into the archives of what I've done with my mentor, that I've done with her since 2009. So that's what, like 14 years now? People that actually dig into my private life or my other side, private life, my pro-black life, what you trying to say that you are, well, I don't really know what you are. I mean, are you pro-black or are you pro-black family? I really don't know where you stand. Because trust and believe that the pro-black, pro-nationalist, pro-black family folks that will see you and see that your arrangement, your family arrangement, they wouldn't quite agree with it. So if you're trying to reach them, you've already failed. Now, you should be over there with the SYSBM crowd because that's your family arrangement. You have SYSBM, you got those kind of folks. If that's who you are, be who you are. Like I was just on my Patreon, and Let's Be Frank was actually in my Patreon. He's SYSBM. They have a couple of other people that are SYSBM that are actually in my Patreon. Okay? In fact, Supreme King Coon has been in SYSBM for a long time, and we've butted horns. We've clashed. He was on Dr. Thunder's telling me that 90% of what I say is actually 100% on the money. And the stuff that you guys are on are basically on some bullshit. He disagreed with Conservative, who's ideologically the same. Anyhow, let's get to this, man. I don't know what the hell kind of crap that you're on, man. I don't. You dig through a whole bunch of videos to take a few lines, a few words out of context, and try to jumble them together to make them into something that doesn't make sense. In other words, you're trying to jumble the words together and make a lie because you want to prove me as a liar. You want to prove me as incorrect. You want to prove that I don't know what I'm talking about. But yet you want me to lead your point of view. You want me to promote your point of view. Why is that? That's why you're mad at me, because you said you want me to help you promote your stuff. How come you can't promote your own stuff? Your presentation needs work, sir. Your ideology needs work, sir. You need to read more, you need to study more, and you need to contemplate more because your premise, your ideology, and the way you go about things is all over the place and it doesn't make sense. So basically, since you have nothing, you have no ideas, you have nothing to stand on, you can't get any traction, you want to attack me. For what? You want to discredit me for what? After all the people that have come at me, all the people that have to, behind the scenes, try to discredit me, dox you, discredit me, talk about my family life, all this kind of stuff. They dig into your personal life and all this kind of stuff. If I haven't been discredited by now, you can't do it. You can't do it because you're not smart enough to do it. You're barely smart enough to read the story that you were reading. And for the most part, my good side doesn't like to be downing people because I used to protect people like you. Because I know what it's like to be bullied and jumped on and trashed on because you're out there in the wilderness by yourself. I was just on the other side of it. I was smarter than most kids. So I got picked on for being smarter than most kids. And I championed people like you that did get bullied. They were talked about. I still do. But one thing I'm not going to stand is people like you coming at me. You're not on my level, kid. You're not in my lane, kid. Even the people that you're trying to reach, these people are bachelors or better. For the most part, bachelors or better, 80 grand or more. Most of these people are not working class people. So what you're trying to present to them make no sense. A lot of my guys are already married. They're already married. We know what's wrong with the black family. I know what's wrong with the black family. I spent 40 years figuring it out. I spent 40 years sitting under people that experts at this shit, trying to figure it out. I got authors and people and other kind of folks, man, the people that you would know in the pro-black sector. I know some of these people personally. I've interviewed these people. We know what's wrong with the black family. We've gone through history. We've gone through the books. We've talked to the experts. We know what's wrong with the black family. We know why it's dysfunctional. You're not going to rebuild the black community in this environment. It's because the United States does not want the black family rebuilt. Hell, I don't think your women want the black family rebuilt. And you're not going to do it without them. So all the rhetoric that you propose, that you tried to push out, boss, that's been done like 50 years ago. That boat has sailed and sunk because you're not getting to the heart of what the matter is. And you still haven't. What you're trying to do is preach that motivational speaker-ish kind of stuff, which is not working, especially when you're trying to, on the other hand, discredit and backbite and dirty Mac on the low. Those two things do not mix. Positivity and negativity do not mix. Lies and truth do not mix. You remix stuff, you remix statements, you remix videos, and try to reinterpret what I'm trying to say out of context just so you can discredit me. If you could have done it, you'd have done it already. Marcus spent 2 hours trying to discredit me. Hasn't worked yet. In fact, the stuff is backfiring because it hasn't worked yet. Well, most people just like it because they like fireworks. They like a show. But you're not as talented, you're not as smart as Marcus or as talented as Marcus. So you, my dude, are not even qualified to be in the ring with this kind of stuff. Give me a video that's actually qualified that can actually react to, because you haven't done that. I've tried to do 3 of your videos and I can't even get through 10 minutes of it. Give me something that can actually, if you want to challenge me, give me something that can actually challenge instead of this 10th grade philosophy that you try to pull off. I don't think it's 10th grade. It's more like kindergarten. That's why you picked the story of the emperor not having clothes, right? It's a child story. Give me something. Give me something that's more adult. Give me something that's more erudite. Give me something from a freaking scholar. Put your package together. Do something besides being the class clown, okay? Because what you're doing right now falls flat. In fact, it's getting to the point where I'm even embarrassed to bring you up, because even my subs would say, why are you bringing up this idiot again? Which is why I don't put it on my main channel, because I would get way more flack for even paying attention to you than anything else. That's why it's embarrassing to put it on my other channels. That's why I put you guys on a back channel where I can actually talk back at you without hearing my subs go at me. About why BGS, why you talking to these fools? I heard that on my Patreon. Why do I bother with you low class, low IQ fools? Why do I waste my time? Which I get tired of hearing. Which is why normally I don't respond, because I get tired of hearing it. So why don't you either step up, do better, put more work into what you're doing, because you're not. You can't even remember the video that I said it on. You won't even get off your lazy ass and go find the freaking video, go find the freaking clips and present them in a logical manner, in context, and make a rebuttal. You sound, let's be honest, you sound like a bitch. You sound like one of my crazy exes trying to make up shit. That's what you sound like. Sound like a bitter ex. In fact, I'm gonna start calling you guys my bitter exes, because that's really what you sound like. Instead of going your own way, doing your own thing, making your own content, and hey, let bygones be bygones. Say, I don't like that nigga over there, I don't fuck with him, which is cool. That's where I was raised. Pick your piece. Throw, if you got to throw a couple of blows, throw a couple of blows. After that, you split and say, we don't fuck with each other. And we make sure that we're not in the same place at the same time. Otherwise, somebody usually winds up getting put into the dirt. And you got a young baby, you got a lot more to lose than I do. If you're trying to build your channel, boss, this ain't the way to do it. You got to work with your strengths. You got to do some hard work, because talking about me and reading a fairy tale is not quite what I call intellectual prowess. I'm just saying. Anyhow, man, I didn't want to make this too long. And Jesus Christ. Man, what's wrong with y'all? Really, what is wrong with you guys, man? You guys are worse than the women. You guys really are. I've had more logic and more coherence out of the women than out of the bunch of you. At least they had kind of sort of have something. Kind of sort of. And you guys don't. So, anyhow, with that, this is BGS and I'm out.